And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Justin McCormick, and this is the rise of DJ Knight and the 2005 Minnesota Vikings. And we're going to go over the stats of the first week's matchup and kind of look over a few things before I get into the next matchup. DJ Knight in week 137.5 rating, 13 out of 21 attempts, 62%, so not too bad. But we're trying to improve this game. 223 yards, 10.6 yards average on it with 3 touchdowns, no picks. The longest was a 60-yard completion to Burns for that big touchdown he had there. Rushing, not so good here. Knight pretty much had just as much as Rose did. 53 yards out of 7 attempts. Rose, abysmal, 19 attempts. 56 yards, 2.9 average. Not really much in the breaking tackle either, but Knight had the longer with 19 yards. No real stats other than that. And then the main man, Joseph Burns, last game. 4 receptions, 122 yards. Longest being that 60-yarder. He had 2 touchdowns, while Nate Burleson had 1 on his 22-yard reception. He was 3 for 32. Justin Rose ended up getting a few dumps off with 11 yards out of 3 receptions. And then Randy Moss got 1 for 20. Marcus Robinson 1 for 19. And Wiggins 1 for 19 as he caught one over the middle of last game. Defense, pretty decent here. We had Winfield with 7 tackles. Brian Russell had 6. Claiborne, Thomas, and Chavis with Beast had 4. E.J. Henderson had 3. Kenny Mixon, Vincent Indigo with a couple. Then you had Tyrone Carter, Mike Natiel, Eric Kelly, Jason and Manny Eisenhower, and Ernest Watson each with 1 tackle. There was a few assisted tackles that were made. E.J. Mixon, Winfield, Claiborne, Thomas, and Chavis each with an assist. A couple of sacks in the game. There were E.J. and Mixon with the sack. And then we go to the other side. We had some pass deflections with Winfield getting 3, Russell 3, Chavis 2, Indigo, and Eisenhower with 1. The only pick of the game was Salvatore Beast, who got the pick 6 for that 66-yard return. We had a few tackles for loss, all gaining 1 with Chavis, Henderson, Mixon, Claiborne, and Thomas. So no fumbles last game, so nothing to report there. Then we had just the extra points. A couple times we had to punt there. And then some returns for nothing major. But this week's matchup is going to be a little different. It is the Green Bay Packers, and it's going to be at Lambeau Field. Something I do have to make mention as we go look at the Packers for just a moment. You will notice that there is a certain quarterback that's not there. So this is Tim Couch's Green Bay Packers, and Gus Frerotte, former Viking, will actually back him up. Just out of curiosity for those out there, you're wondering where Brett Favre went to. He's now a Raider. So watching this ought to be quite fun. But ladies and gentlemen, here we go for week 1. Finished week 2 in continuation. Let's get to it.